Hello everybody, Patricia here, and welcome back to another review time. Yeah, it's been 2 years since the last one on Yakuza Like a Dragon. Yeah, it's been a while, Let's Plays. It's the majority of the channel, Let's Plays. I'm planning on doing my next Let's Plays. I'm planning that out. I'm getting some research sources done and whatnot. But I'm also kind of taking a break because, relax a bit. But anyways, review time. Today's review will be on 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. So, thank you to ATLUS for providing me a code. I'm very grateful for you guys, for providing me a code. Just to be, fully transparent. This will be my own opinion, my honest opinions on this game. They didn't pay me anything at all. Just, right here. Just hashtag free product, ad, hashtag ad, I guess. But this will be my own full-on opinion on this game. And to start off, I'll say that I did like this game. I really do. But it's not really a 10 out of 10 game like a lot of people say that it is. In my opinion, that is. I do think it's really good. I do think it's good, but I do think that you guys should get it. But I don't think it's that 10 out of 10 game that people have been saying. Why that is, this is what this review is all about. So let's get right into the view of 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. Let's go. Alright, let's get started. In 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, you play as 13 different characters, taking place mainly in 1985. Since this is a time-traveling story, you'll be going to multiple eras, from the 1940s to the far future of the 22nd century. Each character has their own story that they go through, and they are sometimes interwoven with other characters' stories. With each character, you're trying to piece together the mystery of why these mechanical beings, called Deimos, are appearing, why these strange phenomena keep happening, and try to save the world for a better future with the giant mechs called Sentinels. So, for the story, I really thought most of the time when I was playing this game, I thought it was pretty good. I really enjoyed playing through Jiro, Nenji's, Natsuno's, and A's story throughout the game. And I definitely really enjoyed most of the character development and interactions that's been going on throughout the game. And I thought, with the game being entirely voice acted from beginning to end, there's been no gaps of no dialogue. This entire game is fully voice acted, and that really awesome. I do want to give props to ATLUS and the dubbing team for putting in the work to put this entire game in its dub, throughout the pandemic as well, because it came out 2020, middle of 2020 initially, but for the Switch release, it essentially poured over. So having to experience that, I thought it was really great, and it really did felt immersive, having everything being dubbed over. This is one of the very few visual novel games that are just entirely dubbed over, and especially in English, because most visual novels, especially on the Japanese side, they're not fully dubbed. So having this is just really great and an awesome part on ATLUS' side. There are 3 modes in 13 Sentinels: Remembrance, Destruction, and Analysis. We can start with Analysis first, since it's the shortest one. In Analysis, as you play through the game, you unlock terminology and character bios to help you understand the game a bit more, and a full chronological timeline of events unlocks bit by bit as you play through the game. Remembrance is where 95% of the game takes place, and is mainly a visual novel. As you play through a character's story in a flowchart-like manner, you unlock another character's story to play. There will be times where progression for one character will be locked, and you will either have to play as another character and see their story segment, or you will have to enter destruction and complete the required stages to proceed. To me, this was an interesting way to do storytelling, giving it out bit by bit, seeing the results happening in one character side while seeing how it began in another is pretty cool. Destruction is the other 5% of the game, where you take control of the Sentinels and fight different types of demos. Fight these enemies until the waves of enemies are defeated. So the battles in Destructions is a real-time strategy, and I was initially, turned off by this. Gameplay was, showing off, I believe, like PlayStation Underground kind of video. Like, I was not really interested, but when you actually play through the game, it's actually, pretty short. Like, it takes about 20 minutes per battle or so. It's not that long, and it's not. I don't really think it's really real-time strategy. More kind of like with, I heard another person say, is like an ATB system or sorts, like in Final Fantasy, where the battle moves after you select your action. So you have time freezes when you're doing your action, but after you do your action, everything moves and whatnot. So I thought it was really fun to play, and shorter than I expected. And I do think if you play through the destruction segments in between every other character's story, it would be better off doing like that, instead of going through all the characters at once, and then once you're all locked behind there, then you do the destruction. I do prefer it. If you guys can try to balance between doing the destruction gameplay parts and then the remembrance part of the game, because it'll take a while once you lock all the characters and then going back to destruction and doing all that. It'll take a bit, doing the destruction part of the game. So try to do that. I do want to say that the presentation of this game is pretty good. It is fantastic. I love the whole watercolor style they went with, how all the characters look, and the background by Yukiko Hirai and Amika Kita. Those two, thank you for all your work, and any other additional people who were helping you to with all the characters and background art. You guys did a great job. Have you seen it looks like a painting of sorts, just like a playable painting, and you're just walking through back and forth. I thought it just looks absolutely amazing. And when you see the detailed characters, besides the characters you play as, but when the portraits come up, those look absolutely fantastic. They look amazing. But just besides title and the ending credits, I don't really think there's much to say about the music, because most of the time I barely hear the music when I was playing it, and I was playing it on my TV in dock mode. So if I barely hear the music through that, I'm not really sure. But I just didn't really notice the music in the game. But I still just like how it all looks, and it just looks really pretty to look like. And I read that from the port from the PS4 to the Switch version, almost nothing was lost. Very little was lost through the porting. So it's just if you want a game that has almost no quality loss between ports, and you want to play on the go, get the Switch version. If you like, you're not really losing much quality in picking up the Switch version. So there's that. Okay, so here's my little issues with the game. So I do think that the destruction segment should be better implemented into the game, not just a separate menu where you're oh yeah, here's that, if you want to play that in between the visual novel segments. I kind of wish that it was implemented similar when you play the tutorial of the game, Like, oh, you play character, and here's the destruction segment. Play through another character, here's the destruction segment. Have that to kind of balance out, the gameplay. And there are segments in the destruction segment where there are story segments, and right before you head into battle, and I was just like, wait, who's that character? I know we've seen her, but where did this dialogue come from? And I was just like super confused, because I realized that, wait, there's something else that's coming up that's part of this story that I didn't get a chance to see until I did off the segment. So I kind of wish that it was better implemented and not just like sort of like an option to do so until later on that you're forced to do it. I wish just like better integrated into the game. And within destruction, I wish that the guidelines were a bit better to see, because they were pretty faint. Like, they're just light blue, and it was kind of hard to see with the demos in the way. So there should be something that either lets you brighten up the guidelines or make enemies more transparent so you can see the lines better, or have the ability to rotate the map so you can see the guidelines, behind the demos, or you can just work way around to see where the guidelines are. Because me personally, it was kind of hard to see, and even like on my screen here, I could barely see the line. So just making something like that would probably be really better. Even like changing up the colors of the guidelines would be pretty cool too. So if they were able to like put that in a patch, that'd be really great. So going into the story issues I have with this, I just thought some characters' stories were just either like just boring, dumb, or just like not even like interesting. Like I didn't like characters I kind of thought that kind of fit those criteria were like Megumi, Renya, Takatoshi, and Iori. I didn't like playing through those character stories at all, especially Megumi. Like, I just thought like, wow, like you're really not seeing what's happening. Like, you're not really questioning what you're doing or whatnot. Just like, yeah, I'm just gonna go for it, because I have this to achieve. Please just I didn't like her story. I don't care for what's happening. And there was just not all the character stories, but like in a couple of them, there was just like points where they just like, oh, like they have like characters like each other, but just like in one character story, character A likes character B, but also like in another time, like character A likes character B and C. So just like, well, what's going on? And it doesn't make clear until the very end. Just like, what? Like, come on, like that kind of might have been a little bit more, understandable. Not to have like these, like love triangles, love squares, even just like kind of just make it like right there and there, just like, yep, like this one. Don't include another love interest or whatnot. Just like that just becomes even more confusing and whatnot. And there was just some characters as well where just like, oh hey, this character is actually character this, but they'll also say, oh, but you're not, but this character is not this character, but is actually this character who looks like this character, but not really is actually this. Like, that's just, you're just making this way too complicated. Just literally just say this and this. They're the same characters or whatnot. Or just like, this looks like this character, but is actually this, using this kind of disguise technique. Like, it was just really confusing how they were just like saying how one character is these other characters and whatnot. Just like, really confusing to me. And so it could have, like, the storytelling for like certain characters could have been better executed. Like, should have been more straightforward or be explained better. And then there's just one character's route, which is just like exposition explanation, just like hi, I'm here to explain almost a lot of questions that you may have had. So just like, why literally this one character? Just like you couldn't just like have it like bit better with other character story. You literally have to make this one character explain all this situation, and it's just like this character is just like literally just stays like this character, and like another character just stays here, just like talks about, yes, I have this you have this question and I'll answer it. Just like, I wish it was just answered, within each character's story, and not just given to just one character. Like, I did not like that at all. Just like, kind of makes you like just feel like dumb. Like, huh, you don't understand it. So I'll explain it to you. Just like, you wouldn't need to give me a character explain if you just properly explain it to in the other character's story. Last little complaint that I have is that if you accidentally complete a character's route, like, it'll finish all other untaken routes. So just like, for example, if I say there's like 3 routes here, right, and I finished this route, I didn't go through this one, but I actually found this last route which completes the entire segment. This route would be finished, and you wouldn't have way to go back and finish it, because it would just be complete. It's like, oh, come on, like, there should be an option to like actually let me go back and finish that route for myself, instead of automatically finishing that route for me. Just like, I want to see what was in there. I want to see what kind of stuff that I could have learned there, instead of just like, yep, it's finished, can't go back unless you restart the entire thing. Just like, that's something that should have been checked off. Hey guys, feature power here. I forgot to mention in my recording that ATLUS did keep the centered dialogue from the PS4 version into the Switch port. So if that's something that you don't want, just letting you guys know that it is still in this version. So there you go. Besides that, those are mainly my issues with this game, and why it's not that 10 out of 10 thing, 10 out of 10 that people say it is. 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim for Nintendo Switch. I really thought it's a good game. There are issues with this game that I did not like, and the presentation is good. The destruction is fine. The story is really good as well. Just issues with some of the storytelling in the destruction segment, and like characters, stories just that I don't like, and it's just like I find it kind of annoying and whatnot. Like, if this somehow got a sequel, that'd be pretty cool. I might actually pick it up. But I do recommend that you guys pick up 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, whether on PS4 or Switch. It's a good game. I do recommend it. There's just a few issues that I might find bad, but other people might not. That's it. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this review. I put well over 60 hours into this game, 100%, majority of it. It says 100%, so I 100%. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you guys did pick this up, whether it's the Nintendo Switch or the PS4 version, let me know what you guys thought in the comment section down below. Do you guys got a favorite character? Oh, please try not to spoil the game, just in case people haven't picked it up. I try to be as spoiler free as possible. I try to be vague about a lot of things. so people are not spoiled. So yeah, tell me what you guys thought about the game yourself. Characters that you did like, characters you didn't like, any improvements that the game could have had. Let me know in the comment section down below. And you guys want to pick up this game for yourself, there's an Amazon affiliate link as well. Any of the proceeds do help out with the channel, such as getting games and whatnot, paying bills and whatnot, all that stuff. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share with all your friends. Check out links in the description below for my social media links, and I'll see you guys soon with my next video. Power out. Yeah.